Hi there, Fartlekers. JP here for the third episode of After the Finish Line, and today I will be dissecting this week's episode with my guest Anna Chaplin. You may have known her from last week's podcast, so we'll be dissecting the episode where we had Amrit Ghatora on the show. We will then be going over to Rob for some exclusive content, the 10 quickfire questions that he normally does, before coming back to me to round it all off and leave you for another week. And if you really enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it all over your running communities. Let's try and get a bit of momentum behind this. So, as I said, this week's guest is Anna Chaplin, and I'm going to say I think she's probably got the best name on Instagram with Chasing Chaplin. I was talking to Rob the other day and I thought it's a pretty nice name, really, isn't it? I mean, mine's just boring Jack Penfold running, but Chasing Chaplin sounds really nice. So firstly, thank you, Anna. And how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Thank you for having me back.
No worries. I mean, I know last week when Rob did the quickfire questions, I think you were in the pasta boat for your pre-race meal. So
I was.
I'm the pizza fanboy. I know Simon was a pizza fanboy, but I'll let you off. I'll put that aside now that you like the pasta and I'm all for the pizza. But we're going to kick off. Obviously, on the show, we spoke about the Couch to 5K. That was our good news story this week. And I mean, I think it's brilliant. My girlfriend, when she started running a couple of years ago, she used that to get started. At my running club, we use our own sort of twist on the Couch to 5K. And I think Matt said last year between March and June, there was 895,000 downloads, which to me, I think is crazy. If you think how many people are in the UK, how many people are already running, how many people are just not going to run, I think it's crazy. So from your perspective, I know you may not know people who have used the Couch to 5K, but when you think of the Couch to 5K and the fact that parkrun isn't on, do you think it's a good thing to have? I know you start off with a 1 minute walk, 1 minute run, 5 minute walk. What are your sort of feelings on the Couch to 5K and how it's working for people?
I think it's just such a brilliant concept that what I love about it is that anyone can do it, anyone can join in. I think sometimes it's a great place to start because, people may want to start running, but like, how do they go about doing it? What distance, when you want to start running, do you just go out and just run and see how far you can go? And I think sometimes people may well do that. And then they don't enjoy it because they've probably run too fast or they've run too far. Then, and I think with the Couch to 5K, it's kind of more controlled, and it just kind of eases people in gently. And it's just like week by week, they've got those small achievements and, you can get anybody involved. I just think it's just brilliant. It's just such a great way for people to start their journey. Whether they just finish at 5K, they may well not want to go any further. But no, I think it's brilliant. It's great.
Exactly. I think, and I agree with you, it's that structure. I know when I first started running, I had a bit of fitness anyway because I used to do football, but my dad was literally, he had just started running. He was like, oh, let's just run around the big block. And then if we like it, we go again and we go again. And we had no structure. And all we were doing was running around the block, doing the next block the next week. And that was fine. But if we had this Couch 5K, it would have been a bit nicer to have a bit of structure. And I think that leads on a bit about this week's guest, Amrit. He said when he started running, he literally just went to his local park and just went for a run, did a lap of the park, and then slowly built that up, then realised he liked it. And obviously now he's gone on to get Boston qualifying time, which I think is crazy. It's something I want to do. It's something I guess a lot of us want to do. So before we go into the chat, before we dissect Rob's chat with Amrit this week, I'm going to do a little would you rather with you. Would you rather run all the 6 majors or do MDS? It's a hard one, isn't it?
Wow. Now see, I want to do both, but what would I rather do? Oh gosh. Do you know? I think I'm going to say I'd rather do this. Put a gun to my head. I think I would rather do the 6 majors.
Yeah, I think I want to do the 6 majors and I want to do MDS as well, but I think I'm probably with you there because you get to see more as well, don't you?
You get to travel more.
So it's all the different experiences in the majors. Like you said, you get to travel, you get the holidays. MDS, it's all that build up, then it's sort of over in a week, and obviously you get all the enjoyment after it. But the majors, you get one, you get two, then you're halfway, then you're fourth, then you're fifth, and then you've only got one more to go. So it's all that excitement building up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the six majors.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you on that. So obviously on the show, as we said, Amrit was talking to Rob this week, and I think he had an amazing story. I think he came across really confident, not too overconfident. He knew his stuff, and I think he spoke really well about explaining the six majors. I've obviously read into it a bit because it's something I aspire to do, but I wasn't really sure how much actually needs to be done about it. I know I've got people at my running club who've completed the six majors, and it's a lot of time, effort, and money that goes into it. What's your sort of views on it? Do you think it's too hard, or do you think there should be less? Because I think a couple of years ago there were talk about adding a couple more. What's your overall view on the six major marathons? Do you think it's a good thing to reach to, or do you think it's more of a commercial thing to get people to spend more money to do these marathons?
I think six is quite a good number. It is achievable, but it is the money, isn't it? It's something that can take. It's a journey, really. Doesn't have to be done. Some people are really lucky and can do it within a quick time if you've got the funds, if you've got that money behind you, and you've got the time to take. And if you're fortunate enough to be able to, you can do it within a whole year if you can get in. Yeah. I know there are companies that you can pay for to raise like money and that provide you with all the six majors. I do think six is enough. And when they did say, looking to do an extra one, I was thinking, why do that?
Yeah, because all those who have got the 6 stars, then do I have to get another one to be classed as someone who's completed it, or do I say that I've completed it then do another one? But yeah, it's a bit confusing, and I'm glad they didn't, because the other thing you've got to think of is once you've got a family or a partner, I feel it's going to be a bit hard. Like I've been speaking to my girlfriend, she said, well, if you're going to go off to New York and do the New York Marathon, I want to come with you for a holiday, or Tokyo, then it all adds up, and it's crazy. I mean, I tried to get into Chicago but couldn't get in, and I saw the hotel prices there when I was just looking anyway, and it was crazy money. I mean, you were fortunate enough to go and do it, and so didn't you say it was one of your favorite ones, Chicago?
It was, yeah, and Amrit said it wasn't one of his favorite, but I think for me it was just that whole atmosphere. But everyone's got their different experiences and what they take away from it. But yeah, for me, I loved it. But yes, some others might not.
Yeah, they have. I mean, I did Berlin, and someone I know didn't like it at all. But for me, it was the best thing I've ever done. It was probably a bit better because it was my first major, but I enjoyed it so much. Everything went so well. The only thing I did do is, they have the blue line that you follow for the best route. Mm-hmm. I was fixated on this blue line until mile 14. And I was remembering in my head all those people from my running club that was like, don't fixate on the blue line. You'll go wacko. And I was just staring at it for ages. But yeah, no. So I think we both agree the 6 majors are a great thing to do. Hopefully we'll both get there one day. I know a lot of people do. Rob's got Berlin this year. You've got Berlin this year as well. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. And also if you do go, well, when you do go, make sure you go and watch the roller skating the night before, because it's absolutely mad. They do a roller skating marathon and it's crazy.
Don't show me that. I'll end up wanting to do that.
They're literally in line, like a couple centimetres away. And then the next day, you need to make sure you pick up the paper because they publish your name in the paper as well. They put everyone's results in. So it's quite quirky. We were searching around for them and I couldn't find one. I ended up buying it from my hotel in the end. I was like, please just let me buy one. But no, it's going to be a fantastic time when you go. And on the chat about Amrit, we're going to shoot over to him for the exclusive content that Rob recorded with him. But before we go, I'd just like to say thank you, Anna, for coming on again. And if any of you like this episode with Anna on After the Finish Line, remember you can go back and listen to her podcast. So once again, thank you very much for joining me, Anna.
Thank you.
Cool. And let's go over to Rob with the exclusive content.
Thank you, Jack. We are here for another episode of After the Finish Line Quickfire Questions. I hope you enjoy the show, and I really hope you enjoyed my chat with Amrit Ghatora on this week's podcast released on Thursday. If you've not checked it out, you need to, but as an extra special bonus, I've got Amrit back with me today, and we're going to be hitting him with some quick fire questions. Amrit, how are we doing? You all right, buddy?
Yeah, good, Rob. How you doing?
Very well, thank you, sir. Are you ready for some hard-hitting questions?
Let's go. Let's
do it, man. Right, okay, so first one. You could have so many to choose from based on the chat that we had on Thursday. What's your favourite all-time race?
I think the first one that comes to mind is probably the New York Marathon as a marathon race. But if I was to divert and give you another answer, I've done the Bupa 10K in London 10 times, and I really, really enjoy that race because, it's hometown 10K, quick, nice and easy. So I'd say I'd go with that one.
Yeah, just mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
from a marathon. I like it. Okay, what about all-time favourite parkrun course?
I've only ever done probably like 5 or 6 parkrun courses, which is really bad actually. But I'd say Hackney Marshes.
Hackney Marsh. Is that your local?
No, it's not my local one. I've got a few close to me, literally like within like 1 mile either way. But I think I've had some of my best experiences at Hackney Marshes, and I kind of like it because it's like I get to drive down there, kind of treat it like a race sort of thing. And it's very local, but it's not my local.
Not the closest one. Hilly course, flat course.
Super flat. It's one of the fastest in the country, I think, and probably why I'm picking that one. But I've got one here which is near my which is on grass, which is just like a mud fest in the winter. Absolute carnage.
Yeah, no, I absolutely can't be doing with that. So that's your top tip, I guess, if anyone's down in the capital, Hackney Marsh for a PB course, yeah?
That's right.
Superstar, right, okay. What is your go-to pre-race meal? So night before a race, what are you carving up on?
Probably just some pasta, really. Just some pasta, maybe with a bit of chicken in there, some spinach, and loads of water. Maybe sipping on a bit of juice, like some isotonic juice, some carbohydrate juice if you're carbohydrating before a marathon. But just plain simple tomato pasta.
Yeah, we'll notch you up on the list. Everyone we've done this with so far, it's always either pasta or pizza. So you team pasta with me. Happy for that. Okay, what's the one piece of running kit that you could not live without?
My shoes.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be a bit hard to run the marathons. Well, people do it barefoot though, man. That could be your next challenge.
I'm not sure what the state of my feet would be after the race, but I'd say my shoes. I without them, like any kit was to go missing, I don't mind, but shoes are one which you kind of know you need to kind of have.
Absolutely. Okay, do you prefer running it in the morning or at night?
I want to say morning, but I'm rubbish at morning, but I'm actually a nighttime runner. I think definitely in lockdown, I can't do it. I can't do morning running, so yeah, I definitely do my stuff after I've got some fuel in the belly, and daytime and nighttime.
And into the evening. Good man. Okay, how about this? Do you prefer running in the sweltering heat or in the pouring down rain?
Heat. Easy.
Yeah, summer runner.
Yeah, I never used to be, but I am now. I don't mind if it's baking. I just want to feel the heat on my skin.
Yeah, man. How about this then? What is your pump up race song? So what is that tune that on the start line is going to get you going, get you ready to run a PB?
I think it's a song by Black Eyed Peas. Is it Pump It Louder? Is it?
Yeah. It's a good one.
I think I've heard it once at a race, and I literally was just like jumping. I didn't even realise I was just moving around. Everyone else was moving around. I was like, okay, yep, that's the one that sort of stuck with me.
Yeah, anything Black Eyed Peas is super bouncy, isn't it, man? Okay, last question then. What is the one piece of advice that you would give to a new or aspiring runner on their journey?
Just get yourself out the door. Get yourself out the door, whether it's for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The main thing is to get yourself out the door and just do not judge your run within the first couple of minutes. Just commit to it. Even if you go a mile down the road, mile back, get yourself out the door and then try and build on that each time. And then eventually, if you do enjoy it, you'll end up going back again.
Yeah, solid advice. Amrit Ghatora, thank you so much for coming back on again. You're an absolute gentleman. Guys, if you haven't checked out Amrit's episode, it is available wherever you get your podcast now. But in the meantime, back to you, Jack.
So there you go. Anything you didn't know about Amrit, you probably do know now. Thank you very much for doing this exclusive content for After the Finish Line. Massive thank you to Anna for being my guest this week on this week's episode, dissecting everything Amrit had said. And again, about the Couch to 5K chat that we had. If you know anyone who has done the Couch to 5K recently, please get in touch. You do a little chat on the podcast, see what you thought about it, and just give us some sort of fresh knowledge about it, because some of us haven't done it or haven't done it for a long, long time. If you haven't had a chance to listen to this week's episode with Amrit, you can click in the links down in the bio and go back and listen to his show. And like I said, Anna, she was also on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, so you can go back and check hers as well. She's got loads of funky adventures and activities going on later this year, running related, not running related, so really good to listen to that. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, all that jazz. Tick that notification bell so you get notified when it's next up. And we're very active on social media, so you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously YouTube. Next week, Rob will be chatting to Sally Brider. There's more Make Matt Run fun, and who knows where the hell Statman John is. I'm sure we'll find out. He's probably left the beehive now over in Australia. So make sure you tune in next Saturday with me in my velvet blazer for some more Fartlek goodness, and I'll speak to you after the finish line.